Assalamualaikum. Can you solve x squared plus y squared is equal to 121 and x plus 2y is equal to 22 to find out x plus y? What if I told you solving this equation could boost your problem solving speed instantly? So stick around to learn a trick that will save you time and exams. In this video, I will break down the process into simple steps from substitution to solving quadratic equations. By the end, you will know exactly how to find x plus y like a pro. So let's get started our solutions. Let me name this first quadratic equation as equation 1. So the solution will be x squared plus y squared is equal to 121, and let me name it as equation 1. Then this linear equation x plus 2y is equal to 22, and let me name it as equation 2, and x plus y is the required equation, and let me name it as equation r. To solve this sort of questions, I always use these linear equation, and from these linear equation I isolate one of the variable whose coefficient is 1. In this case, x has a coefficient of 1 and y has a coefficient of 2. So for me, it is much more easier just to isolate this one. To do so, I will subtract 2y from both sides of the equality. So subtracting 2y from here and 22 minus 2y. Now this will get cancelled with each other, and we will come up with x is equal to 22 minus 2y. Most people get stuck at this step, but don't worry. I will show you the easiest way to break it down. Now I will substitute x into this equation. So this equation 1 would become like equation 1 implies for x is I have to substitute this value, that is 22 minus 2y whole square plus y square is equal to 121. Now to explain this process, I will use the identity which is like a minus b whole squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2 times a times b. Alright, so this one become like a is the first term, b is the second term. So I will treat this 22 as a and this 2y is b. So this will give me 22 squared plus 2y squared minus 2 times 22 times 2y plus this y square is equal to 121, as this will give us 22 squared 484. 2y squared is equal to 4y squared minus 2 times 22 times 2 is equal to 2 times 22 is 44. 44 times 2 is 88. Y plus y squared is equal to 121. Now writing the like elements, that is 4y squared plus y squared minus 88y plus 484 is equal to 121, and this will give us 5 times y squared minus 88y plus 484. And now as I have to make this side 0, so I will subtract 121 from both sides, so that will give us this side 0, and this will become like 5y squared minus 88y plus 363 is equal to 0. Now I can see that this is quadratic in y, and we know by comparing this to standard quadratic equation and x, that can be like a x squared plus b x plus c is equal to 0. Well, this a will never ever be equal to 0. This is the standard quadratic equation, and it has a solution of quadratic formula, what we call quadratic formula, minus b plus minus b squared minus 4 times ac divided by 2. Okay. Now as this is quadratic in x, but here this one is quadratic in y, that is why we will use y instead of that is x, and then we will substitute these values into this formula. As a is the coefficient of x squared, here a will be equal to 5 and b will be equal to minus 88 and c will be equal to 363. So let me write it as y will be equal to this equation minus b, so minus 88 plus minus, then comes the square root minus 88 squared minus 4 times a, that is equal to 5 times 363. Having this square root and divide by 2 times 5 is equal to, this will give us 88 plus minus, then comes 88 square is equal to 7744 minus 5 times 4 times 363, which is equal to 7260. Having square root divide by 10. Now we will have to continue with our calculation. So this will give us that y is equal to 88 plus minus, when 7260 is subtracted from 7744, we will get 484 having square root, and as this square root of 484 is equal to 22. So I can write this y is equal to 88 plus minus 22 divided by 10. Now y will have two values, one with this addition and one with this subtraction. So first I will take with this addition, that will, let me name it as y sub 1, and it will be equal to 88 plus 22 divided by 10 is equal to 110 divided by 10, and that will give us 11. Now y sub 2 with this subtraction, that is 88 minus 22 divided by 10, and that will give us, when 22 is subtracted from 88, I will get 66 divided by 10, which is equal to 6.6. Now as y has two values, similarly x will also have two values, and to find out those two values of x, I will use this equation, that is x is equal to 22 minus 2y. Okay, so let me write it as x is equal to 22 minus 2y. Now for this y sub 1, x sub 1, 22 minus 2, and for y sub 1, that is 11. So 22 minus 2 times 11 is also 22, that is equal to 0. So when x is equal to 0, y has a value of 11. Alright, now for this y sub 2, I will get x sub 2 correspondingly, that is 22 minus 2 into 6.6, and that is 22 minus, when 2 is multiplied with 6.6, we will get 13.2, and when 13.2 is subtracted from 22, we will get 8.8. So this leaves us with x is equal to 8.8, y has a value of 6.6. So in this way we got two values of x and y. You might be surprised by the answer. Many people make a common mistake here. Let's see if you got it right. Now is the time just to find the value of required equation, that is x plus y. So x plus y for this pair, when x is 0 plus 11 is equal to 11. And now x plus y for this pair where x is 8.8 and y is 6.6. So 8.8 plus 6.6, that's equal to 15.4. So we got two possible values for x plus y, that is 11 and 15.4.